Welcome back. Okay, last time we got some crystal oscillators going. I think it'll be relatively simple to switch this over to radios. So let's just do that real quick. Get the radio side of things going. I know, we just jump right into it. No long intros, no fancy graphics, just jump right into it. Change this one to radios. We're making 2.5 per minute. So it's 5 per build. 14. Actually, that's not a bad amount. What? Do we know what we're using the radios for is the question. Not yet. Not if we play it without looking everything up, or assuming we know it because we played this 5 times already. Let's save this to Mega Radio. Half green. Change the icon. Save it, and good. Radio there, radio there. Radio there, and radio there. I should probably bring some stuff to build. Though technically we do always have a good supply of those. I think another chunk of concrete would be our best bet. As far as like things we know we would like. I'm not totally suspicious. I'm just one of those people where I've got it working. Seems like it's relatively stable. Came down to the anti-aliasing options, seems like. So we'll see if we can maintain that stability. Head back over to the computer parts part of the factory. And I'm thinking one more of these. Can I squeeze this in right next to it? Totally wrong. Let's try that again. There we go. Uh-oh. We made a dismantle crate. We'll fix that in a second. I guess we have to make the floor. Alright, we're right outside of the extended hover pack range here. Let's get this new one connected. Perfect. And then we'll see if we can get a little bit of the... How are we going to connect this stuff over here is the question. I guess if I sidestep this and accept the imperfect splitter, we can get it done pretty easily. Oh, gotta turn that around. We don't have any aluminum sheets on us. That's shocking. There they are. I can't believe we used all this cable already. We need a good supply of cable, which is why we're doing this, so we can get the crystal oscillators that we need. And then we'll have this as our secondary crystal oscillators tower. That'll leave one full tower for use as crystal oscillators, and then another full tower for use as construction material. I think somewhere in there is about right. We'll find out exactly here in a second. I think if we switch to straight...
I don't know. Have a good day.
Now, why did that one go in wrong? Oh, because that's the actual output. This is the one we want. Okay, so that gets us a secondary tower. I just sort of sketched it in, right? We're not going to build this full tower right now. I just want to have room for another round of crystal oscillators. I cannot believe that we're totally, completely out of cable again. our cable production area is probably not doing great. We've probably taken all the cable under an hour ago. There's 2 rows of it. I'd be surprised. I'd be pleased, but I'd be surprised. Not even 2 rows worth. We're leaving that poor guy to do a lot of work. Pretty sure both of these are already accounted for. I'm really not that much into smart plate anymore. So that'll give us a little chunk. Something to work on. Oh, I guess I should check in on our Fixmas party.
Welcome to Fixmas, an official Fix-It seasonal event, brought to you by official Fix-It Fun engineers. Fixmas is based on a seasonal holiday popular in several cultures and religions, often seen as a winter holiday because no one actually cares about Australasia. The event is vetted to be 100% pioneer-appropriate fun and is not obligatory. Fixmas enables many new distracting activities focused on building the giant Fixmas tree. These activities involve the MAM, the Fixmas calendar, and those abominations falling from the sky. There is more, but I don't care. In the interest of us all, I will tell you that Fixmas has caused stress, lack of focus, general despair, and physical injury to many pioneers. It is the worst scoring event ever created by Fix-It, and has gotten backlash for its blatant cultural inappropriateness. So when you inevitably change your mind and decide to disable this event, you will have chosen humanity and kittens and puppies, you will have chosen truth and empathy, you will have made me proud.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm guessing we need to find the number 1 and maybe the number 2. Unfortunately, I see all the other numbers, like 4, I see 5, I see 6, I see 10. Ugh. Where would 1 be? Seems like 1 would be kind of a bigger, totally, completely in-your-face kind of number. There's 4. 20 in the background there. 15 in the foreground. 17, 10, 6, I see a 9, 2. Oh, we're still on day 1? Okay. I might not care enough about this right now. Let's just do a traditional sweep. Why does that candy cane look like a 7? 4s. I see all the other numbers, just the problem. 1. Yeah, see, it would be in your face.
This data cartridge contains the Fixmas MAM tree setup and will need to be fed into the MAM database to unlock its first 2 branches. If this seems convoluted and/or boring, and you wish to quit the event, I will understand.
Okay. She's gonna go totally focus on getting you to quit. I get it. A bolted frame or iron wire? You know, iron wire isn't that bad, actually. Since we're focused so much on iron these days.
The purpose of Fixmas is to build and decorate a giant Fixmas tree with style. The Fixmas category has been added to your build menu. Gifts are the basic resource from which many other festive parts are made, like Fixmas branches, which can be crafted in the constructor. In an effort to make this event meet the bare minimum efficiency quotas, I have disabled the ability to craft these resources by hand. Trust me, that glitter got everywhere. You're welcome.
Thanks. Oh, I turned off the music for Fixmas music. Hold, please. And I honestly think this is the end of this building. We'll go boom and boom. We'll go here, and then we'll have room for 4 more slots of construction. And I doubt we'll need quite that much. We're missing all the materials because it's all strewn about. Let's go under here and drop off this cable. Okay. I think I'm just gonna kind of put it right on the corner. Boy, this power situation is getting kind of rough. We should probably get this sorted with power before we do anything else. There we go. Did I bring casing over here? Is that something I've already dealt with? Why would I have casing over here? I don't think I have casing over here yet. I think I remember connecting it. It might be an item. Well, we'll find out in a minute. Either way, we've got a bit of a distance to cover here. There we go. And really, we just need to bring this down to the baseline. This gives us a decent amount of room to think it through. And I think on this one, we'll just turn this. Kind of get it a little bit more out of the way. Right. Crystal oscillators, casing, and computers. I know we've got a computer connection over here. That's a lot of... That's a lot of circuit boards. I think I got that going in the wrong direction. Nope, I had it right. We'll just go under and over. There we go. Computers. Adding in these crystal oscillators should be relatively easy. Let's just connect this to the main super storage area. And then I think we'll peel another half. Just keep peeling half. It's half and then it's half again. And we'll just send that back down the line. So now it's the casing. That's gonna be the big one. Maybe I built the casing, but then didn't connect it? Or maybe I built it on one side and not the other side. That's the fuel. Reinforced. I might not have the stuff for drone port blueprint. Oh, I do. That's convenient. We'll make this one good old black and white. Computer. Well, hold on. What did I call this one? Computer complex. Whoa! Computer complex casing import. Done. And then this port connects to casing export. Done. And then we got to get power connected. Done. And they want fuel. I could steal a little just to get you going. Just need to hook you into some of the fuel here. Put a nice splitter on it. That should result in us pulling in a nice chunk of fuel. Okay, so now we got the computer complex. Let's label this while we're thinking about it. What is this top line for? Was that what I was thinking about when I was putting the casing in? No, this is to bring back the wire, which probably isn't going to happen exactly like that. That feels slow. Was that slow on purpose? Oh no, that was a rendering error. Well, it would be easier to connect it this side, but it'd be easier to exit this side, so we'll put it over here. Kind of a lot going on here. I could make it reasonably low level of clipping if I go around the world and back again. And the casings are ready to rock. I'm just gonna put you kind of right here, run you like that, then drop a hole here. So much easier when you're running underneath. Hear them skittering down there. Let's see. Is that all three? I think that's all three. It's actually 40 per minute, so it's actually a lot of pacing. Short on concrete of all things. Uh-oh. Did we already use up all the computers? Oh, you know what it is? The computers and crystal oscillators aren't being made because we don't have a supply of wire. And we actually have two of these set up, but only one of them is built because of the bug. The bug is following us everywhere we go. There's almost no reason to leave this underclocked. So 3 each. This one. Oh. 6. We're actually making. We're demanding 5 and we're making 6 if we don't underclock. It's almost like we need another column just for computers. Just to have a few extra computers lying around. Did I finish this all the way up? No. I can put in one of these. So at least we start making progress.
I don't know. Have a good day.
I mean, it is really, really broken. It's so bad that I have to delete this part, even though it's directionally correct. And this part. I guess I should just delete all of them. One more. Let's see if we can get lucky. Well, see, there's a gap there, which tells me it's not going to work. So we're just going to delete it. We're not going to play around and hope for the best. What's left of the quartz crystal after it's been divided so many times? We'll deal with the other side of that. I guess if, like, in every video, if we did just a little bit of that, we could have it fixed in no time flat. At least we could get this full column making computers. These are underclocked because we know it's making 1 per minute is the thing. All right, we got 2 demands for 1 per minute. That's 2 per minute. And then these are making exactly 2 per minute. That's why it's underclocked. So these are making 4 computers per minute. Of course, the density of this is so much higher. We're consuming 5 per minute per level. Each level, so it's like 10 per minute for each of those levels. So each of these levels needs to make 10 computers per minute, but really we're only making 4 per minute. So we need double just to break even, and that's not even breaking even. That's rough. We'll have to figure that out. I mean, we're not using all the casing quite yet, but we're using a good chunk of it. Can I pick this up before it hits the ground? I can. So yeah, 1 tower of radios is going to be more than enough, I think. Especially since we're consuming or storing all the radios twice over. It'd be nice if I had the materials for a uploader, but I'm missing a bunch of the materials. We'll have to remember to come back for that. Or we'll just have to delete something that... Oof, we need to do some searching for some Mercer spheres, apparently. You know what? I bet you there's a Mercer sphere nearby. Like, we really haven't fully explored all the stuff over here. Apparently, this is a well-guarded Mercer sphere. Two different types of bores. I don't even think they're guarding the Mercer sphere. I think they're guarding that purple power slug. Oh, two giant spiders. This is an absolute nightmare. I'm starting to think it's underneath me. Fact is I don't see it. Yeah, it should be right here. Okay, I just want one Mercer sphere. What do you say? Hey, there we go.
Witness a single strand of the tapestry.
Cluster Nobilis. That's perfect. You know, sometimes I forget how to play this game. I want to reload. There it is. Of course, now I forgot where I was. No, that's not the right way. Somewhere over here there was a obvious Nobilis or Mercer sphere behind a bunch of boulders. And now I have totally, completely lost track of it. Oh boy. Yeah, we're going underground. This is turning into a situation I need to get out of because it's gonna be one mistake after another. Actually, that's a cool lake and waterfall. But I'm getting out of here before I make any mistakes. A 1,000 power, so that's roughly, we probably need like 3 more geothermals. Probably something we need to do in a future episode. All that so we could get a Mercer sphere so we could visually upload these radios. Of course, I'm 99% sure we're not ready yet. Special production. This is like throwing me off because they've added that Fixmas thing in there. The giant Christmas tree. Okay. We'll bang out 10 fluctuators real quick. Then we'll call it. And hey, we've got a few radio control units ready to go for whatever the next project may be. Our problem right now is that our computers aren't getting made nearly fast enough. And that's because we've got this bug that we're dealing with. Man, some summer sloops right here would be strong. If I could find 4 summer sloops and put them on here. I could do some real damage to our demand with a good chunk of summer sloops. Of course, now we don't have nearly enough because we're still only making 1 per minute here. So overclocking these doesn't make any sense. Unless we're gonna summer sloop these as well. Those take so many of them. That's the downside to inline. Is if you go inline and then you realize, oh, I actually want to change this, it would be a huge pain to try to inject crystal oscillators into this. And then whatever we did, we'd have to do it for every single one of them. It might be worth it just for the first floor. We could probably squeeze it in once. But for now, I think we're cranking out enough to be respectful of our build. Yeah, we need extra crystal oscillators. 2.5 per level. And over here we're making 2 per level. Oh yeah, and we're out of cable. So I think the next thing we need to do is to seriously get this cable going. So we can pull that cable in. Make our crystal oscillators. A lot of our factory right now is dependent on cable supply. So we'll deal with that in the next episode. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.